Why do you keep giving up over and over again? And I just want to make this clear. I want to sometimes grab people by the shoulders and shake them and give them an understanding of, you need to figure out why you are doing it, right? If you don't have a reason why you're doing this, right, you'll literally fail. You'll last potentially days because you don't have a strong enough why. And for most people, they do not know why they're trying to lose fat. And if they do know, okay, I want to look a little bit better, it doesn't work. You want to look better, it's not enough to drive you forward. That's why, like, when people, like, for example, like maybe they, get divorced or something like that, they get in amazing shape because they're so focused on it. Your issues are two things. Lack of education behind nutrition is usually one of them, and training, nutrition and training. And two is you don't have a why that you're going towards. If you're watching this, what are you doing this for? Are you poor? Are you struggling financially and you're pretty tired and you don't really have much get up and go anymore? You don't really have any passion, no dreams. Maybe your hormones are just absolutely destroyed. Maybe your testosterone levels are so low that you just don't have that same energy you did when you were younger. And you think, oh, I just don't have the passion anymore. I just hate my job. I don't have that drive. I'm just kind of doing the bare minimum. And that's most likely because your hormones are all over the place, because I don't believe that any human on earth doesn't care anymore. Like, everyone's got a dream still, but everyone's kind of lost their dream. They don't have like a thing where they're like, right, I would love, they visualize some sort of like, not end goal, but some visualization of like something that would be amazing to achieve. And they've lost, and that could be like amazing family, like some kids, great partner, be an amazing financial place where you can go anywhere you want in the world. Like that's a dream. That could be your dream, but if it's not, then you need to figure out what is your dream. And when you do that, that's what's going to drive you forward to start thinking, right, I need to get myself in order in terms of health if I'm going to feel good enough to do the steps to achieve this goal. That's it. Think about what I said. You figure out your goal, right? You need to write that down, what that goal is. Without it, you're not going to be able to take that step forward. And if you do take that step forward, you won't last long. That's probably the mistake you've made many, many times over and over again. Then, from there, have the realization that you need to achieve the education. You need to learn the education behind nutrition and training. And then you need to set some sort of accountability, even a timeline in there. So you maybe have a coach and a timeline, or community and a timeline, something that's going to get you there. So the education needs to be taught to you maybe by a coach, so maybe you need to learn, and then you need the accountability and application. Then from there, you will have the greatest foundation to achieve your financial goal or your relationship goal or your family goal, whatever that may be. Because without that, let's use an example, maybe you're overweight, you don't feel comfortable when you're with no clothes on, or you don't feel comfortable, like you don't feel like, great about like going out with someone because you don't feel confident. Well, those are really difficult factors when it comes to actually achieving your goal. And the baseline issue is purely you don't have the body you want. And when you aim just purely on visual, you just want to visually look good. The truth is that usually what comes with that is your body starts, you start thinking clearer, you start feeling better. As long as you're following the right stuff, you don't just starve yourself and do loads and loads of cardio, which people do wrong, because then you're going to fail in the long term. You might do okay for a month or two, but then you'll destroy yourself. But let's say you do it the right way, you're going to be in such a great place that works you towards your goal, and you're going to bring back that fire that you had, that dream you had when you were younger, that you had that vision. I'm sure many of you have a vision think about when you were younger. You had a vision, I'm sure, like how you thought, like, oh, when I'm 35 or 40 years old, I'm gonna, I'm gonna have this kind of family around me. I'm gonna have this kind of financial situation, and then you wake up to reality and you're nowhere near that. That's a difficult it's a difficult thing to take in, right? And the quicker you come to the conclusion, being like, okay, this is the reality, I need to be honest about the situation now. Have I set myself up with the correct foundation to achieve this? Because I can still do it. You can still do it. Whatever that goal is for you, think about that goal, whatever you think that was, when that vision you had forever, when you were younger. And if you can still achieve it, which I guarantee you can, I promise you, the foundation is the education of training and nutrition. That will set you up with a very strong, concrete platform to work from, and then you can make logical decisions towards taking that next step forward. I think that is honestly the best advice I can give you, and the only advice I'm going to give you today is that. Because without following that, you're literally building whatever you're trying to build. If it's a business, if it's partnership, whatever, it's kind of built on a bed of hay or a bed of sand. It's just not going to be stable. And that's why even sometimes I've noticed when people in a partnership, for example, they have a partner and then one day one of the partners gets really, really healthy and the other doesn't, and it just causes absolute crazy friction. And that's one example of why, and that's an important thing of life, like the right partnership and the right things, and that can cause a lot of problems. I've worked with thousands of people over the last 10 years, and that's something I have massively noticed. So yeah, just anything to take away from here. It's 7 minutes gone. I'll stop it here. Focus on subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it. It really helps. If you got this far, please comment the number of minutes that you are at. I'll say 7 minutes. I would appreciate that a lot. I really would. Make me happy if I seen someone write that, because I don't know how far people get in these videos. And then focus on learning, education, and nutrition and training. And then the last part is just get that why. Why are you doing this? What are you doing it for? And this will drive you towards your goal. And once those things are accomplished to a certain level, the other things in your life, the goals, the dreams you will accomplish them. I can absolutely guarantee it. Because if you can get in shape and you can be consistent, and you can not give up, you can do that the same with other parts of your life. It's a transferable skill. Training, nutrition consistently is a transferable skill, and it's the best thing you'll ever do with your time. It's the best investment of your time and even your finances, both of them. You could not put them in a better place than that. Hope that's been helpful. As I said, if you get to a certain point in this video, please let me know. I'm always curious. I really appreciate that. If not, well, I'm talking to myself. Thanks, guys.